So we're starting right in this tutorial. I'm taking an angled brush in this purple eyeshadow from my Morphe 12P palette. And I am just carving out my crease. You know, this is my first cut crease, so I'm just going by what I see. You know, trial and error, but I think I did a pretty good job. But yeah, I'm just carving out my crease. And then I'm taking a blending brush and this pink eyeshadow from my Morphe 35N palette and just putting that on top of where I made the line. This is kind of like my transition color into my new crease. And then with that same purple, I'm just going back and redefining that line that I made before. Now I'm taking this dual fiber brush. It's from BH Cosmetics, and I'm just taking more of that purple from the 12P palette and kind of sandwiching it together, like blending over the line that I made and in between the transition color that I put down. And then again, going back with that purple and the angled brush and just making sure I don't lose that line. It's a lot of going back and forth with the same colors as you'll see throughout this video. So yeah. Then I'm taking a fluffier brush with that pink shade and then this purple in the middle of the 35N palette. And I'm going to, again, blend above that new cut crease that we've made, or that I've made. And then going back with the dual fiber brush again to just further blend. Blending is key. I don't know if my blend is on point just yet, but I'm getting there, okay? I'm getting there. Now I'm taking this fluffier brush with no additional product on it. It's pink from my other eye, but I didn't add no more eyeshadow on it, and I'm just blending that out even more. Now with some concealer, it's time to cut the crease, and I made sure that I use a really thin layer of concealer. You don't want it to be too thick and heavy on your eyelid, so that's what I'm doing. I didn't show me really getting in there because I got like way out of frame, but you get the gist, you know, just cut the crease, cut it. Okay, I quit. Now I'm just like checking it out, making sure they both look the same. I don't want one eye to look droopy because I made one crease lower, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just checking it out, you know. And now to pack on that lid color, I'm taking my Morphe 35U palette and this pink shimmery eyeshadow to pack onto my eyelid. And then with the 12P palette and the 35N, I'm taking those two purples and going over the crease once again. I told you, back and forth. And just cleaning it up, redefining it, you know, just making it nice. And then blending it with that dual fiber brush. Anytime I put color down, I just make sure I blend it out. And now to further deepen this crease, we're taking the black from the 12P palette and making sure I'm really precise on where the line is and just, you know, carving it out, making sure it's nice and cut. And then I'm taking another clean blending brush and I'm really just smudging that black up into the purple, you know, just blending it all together and make sure I drag it in to the inner portion of my new cut crease. Then I just went ahead and added some wing eyeliner and lashes. And now I'm taking this shimmery eyeshadow from the 35U palette. It's kind of like a pinky white highlighting shade. I'm putting that in my inner corners and my brow bone. Now onto the face. I'm going to prime using my Benefit Professional Primer. And just applying that onto my cheeks, you know, the sides of my nose where I have texture and pores. And now I know one hand has nails, one don't. A little ratchet, but I'm sorry. That's just what it was at the time. And for foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. Love this foundation, but I think it's a little too tan for me now because I got it like at the peak of summer when I had the best tan I've ever had ever. ever had ever. You know what I mean. But I'm going to make sure I balance that out even if it is a little tan. But yeah, I'm just applying that all over the face. And then to conceal and highlight, I'm taking my LA Girl concealer in the shade Pure Beige. And just highlighting my face. I'm making sure I highlight in extra places today, like so I can, balance the color out, because my foundation is a little tan. It is a little too tan. So I'm just highlighting, under my cheeks and stuff to balance it out, like I said, for the 5th time. Then I'm taking the yellow correcting concealer just to further brighten these areas. I just want them to be a little bit more bright, and I feel like the yellow corrector does that for me. So yeah. And to set everything, I'm using my RCMA No Color Powder. First taking this Real Technique setting brush and setting my under eyes, and just like where I highlighted. And then with the fluffier brush, I'm just going to do a thin layer of powder all over my face, because this is a dewy foundation. I want to keep that glow. I don't want to be matte, so I used a thin layer of powder. And to contour and bronze or whatever, I'm taking my NYX contour kit and mixing those 2 shades and just bronzing and contouring. Now I'm so excited to be using this. It was my first time using it, the new Kathleen Lights and Makeup Geek highlighting palette. Ooh, I'm taking these 2 highlights and I'm going to highlight my cheekbones, and just look at that. It is so pretty. And I usually don't wear like pink highlights. I always stay for like the gold or the champagne. Like I always wear champagne pop every day. But I tried the pink and I really, really liked it, especially for this pinky eye look. So yeah, and now I'm taking this blush from the Morphe 9B palette and applying that to my cheeks. And when I add the blush, like I was really feeling it now. Like I don't know if you could tell, but I was feeling my cheeks, like the blush with the highlight and the contour. I just felt like it was all just a perfect little sandwich, No? But yeah, I don't know. I think it looks pretty. And now I'm just running those same purples that I used, just mixing them all, running them under my lower lash line, and then with the black as well, just on the outer portion of my lower lash line, and just smoking that out a little bit. And then I added some mascara. I used the L'Oreal Carbon Black mascara. And now for lipstick, I'm taking Jeffree Star's Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Celebrity Skin. It's like the perfect little pinky nude for my skin tone, so I'm using that. And then I'm going to pat it dry with my finger just to make it dry so I can apply this gloss. I'm using the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. Okay, so now my hair, my edges is looking crazy, so got that together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's my first attempt at a cut crease. Real cute. I'm really proud of myself. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I so forgot to make an outro, so I'll just see y'all in the next one. Bye.